Looking for a gift for an artist or podcaster? Today I'm going to share my gift guide for artists and podcasters. It includes all my favorite things that I think any artist or podcaster would really love to get this year as a gift. I'm Stephanie Eche, and I'm an artist and art consultant. When I'm not in the studio making art, I'm running my creative business, Distill Creative, or making my podcast, First Coat. If you've been listening to the podcast or watching this YouTube channel, then you know that I've been creating my podcast all by myself from scratch. I created this guide based on my experience running my creative business, being an artist, and creating my own podcast. Everything I feature today is linked to in the comments below. Okay, ready for my gift guide for artists and podcasters? Here are my top picks for the artist in your life. Number 1, a sketchbook. This is a pretty obvious thing, but not all sketchbooks are the same. If you know that the artist in your life uses both dry and wet media, by which I mean pencil, charcoal, markers, ink, watercolor, even acrylic, then I suggest the Stillman and Byrne Multimedia Sketchbook. You can also get the Canson Multimedia Sketchbook, which is a little bit cheaper. Both of these will be great because they can use them with both wet and dry media, and they can also use them if they like to collage or scrapbook. I also suggest a watercolor pan set. I have the Winsor & Newton watercolor pan set on my wish list this year. It's a bit expensive. They definitely have smaller, cheaper versions, but this is my upgrade pick. If you know someone has been doing watercolor but maybe isn't using the highest quality of paints, you can gift them the Winsor & Newton watercolor pan set. Even though we're not doing a lot of travel this year, you might want to gift someone a smaller sketchbook that they can take on the go. I like to have a field artist sketchbook that's 5 inches by 5 inches or 6 by 6 in my bag or purse all the time, so I can always do a quick sketch on the go. It's also great for wet and dry media, so if you know that someone likes to do watercolor on the go, you can gift them this little mini sketchbook and they can take it everywhere they go. Number 2, Micron Pens. I use Microns all the time, and even if someone has Micron Pens, they probably would really like having more because you run through them pretty quickly if you use them a lot, and they're just a really useful thing to have in different widths. Number 3, a paint making set from Kramer Pigments. Kramer Pigments has really awesome workshops that teach you how to make your own paints. These are not going on right now in person, obviously, but they do have paint sets that you can purchase and gift. There's an oil making paint set and a watercolor making paint set, and both of these are on my wish list. I think it would be super fun for any artist to get this set and make their own paints. Number 4, an artisan-made rug by Porfirio Gutierrez y Familia. I studied with the Gutierrez family in Oaxaca a few years ago, and it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. My husband and I bought one of their rugs for our living room, and it's a really beautiful and meaningful addition to our home. I think any artist would really appreciate a handmade, naturally dyed, artisan-made rug. The tapestries are a work of art in and of themselves, and they can also be hung on the wall as a wall hanging. Number 5, the book Organizing for Creative People by Sheila Chandra. I have this book, and it's been really guiding me in how to organize my life, especially with having multiple things going on, whether that's a creative project or a business project, and I highly suggest it for anyone who is an artist or running a creative business. Number 6, a Skillshare subscription. Whenever I have a creative block or I just need a little boost of inspiration, I go to Skillshare and browse the classes. They have everything from like new painting techniques to marketing classes. And even though I might not finish the class, it always really helps inspire me. So if you know someone is either looking to learn a new skill or just is an artist, they probably would really appreciate a subscription to Skillshare. Number 7, and this is a splurge item, an iPad mini, Apple Pencil, and Procreate. I use this like every day. I always have it in my purse, and the Procreate app is really great for any artist who wants to do digital, really anything. Definitely an awesome digital tool that makes a lot of things easier, especially when you're doing mock-ups. I love my Apple iPad mini. Number 8, a subscription to an art magazine. I know it's pretty popular to gift people books, and that's great. I love getting books, but gifting someone a subscription to a magazine will give them inspiration multiple times a year, and it's less of a commitment. When I get a magazine, I can just like browse it, reference it later. I don't feel stressed out that it's a book that I need to read. So I suggest a subscription to an art magazine. I really like the Brooklyn Rail. I'd also suggest Create magazine and Flow. Number 9, a mask with original artwork or that is handmade. I have a whole roundup of masks by independent designers and or with original artwork, like one by myself, on my blog at Distill Creative, so I'll link to it in the comments and you can check them out. Those are my picks for the artist in your life. Now for my top picks for the podcaster in your life. These are great gifts for anyone who has a podcast, who has been talking about starting a podcast, or who is just starting out making a podcast. Number 1, a workshop. So I have a few workshop picks on my list. One of them is Heartcast Media course on podcasting. And then the other two are Brick's Intro to Audition and Intro to Premiere Pro. I took all of these classes. They're all great, and they all helped me with different aspects of making a podcast. The Heartcast Media course on podcasting really helped with knowing what to set up before I even recorded my podcast. The Brick Audition class really helped me with knowing how to record audio and edit audio. And the Premiere Pro class by Brick really helped me with video editing. It taught me everything I needed to know about video editing, and it was really fun to do with other people online. Number 2, this is a free thing. Buzzsprout has a really great guide to podcasting, and they also have a podcast about how to make a podcast. You could print out the guide and gift it as a little handmade package, and it's a great free gift and can give the podcaster in your life some extra tips and inspiration to get their podcast started. Number 3, a microphone. So I have both the Blue Yeti and the Audio-Technica ATR 2100, which is this right here. It's what I'm using to record today. I keep the Blue Yeti in my studio where I do my podcast recording. And then actually, I used the Blue Yeti in my kitchen when I was recording my podcast. So it worked pretty well. And then I used the Audio-Technica at home as like a backup. I forget what number I'm on. Number 5, a Zoom H5 portable recorder. This is not Zoom, the online video conferencing app. This is a device, a audio recorder, and it's really great because it's pretty small. As you can see, I have really small hands, and it is like handheld, and you can take it anywhere. The one I got from B&H came in this nifty little case, and it's great for someone who wants to record on the go. Also someone who just wants to kind of up their recording gear, especially if they want it to be more portable. Number 6, a external solid state drive. I got this one. It's a Samsung, the Samsung T7 Touch Portable SSD. It's super portable. It can hold a ton of stuff. I put all my video and audio recordings on it, and then I also back everything up on Dropbox. And I have a second SSD, the same one that I use as a backup for my computer. Number 7, Brooklyn Botany Brown Sugar Scrub. I have been in the market for a sugar scrub. I think a sugar scrub is a nice gift for anyone who is working really hard on a project and might need some encouragement to relax. Also on my list is a handmade habitat candle. Gifting a candle, especially by an independent maker, is a great gift. Anything you can gift the podcaster in your life or the artist or creative business owner in your life that gives them a little bit of an excuse to just chill out and relax is a great gift. Number 8, a MacBook Pro. So this is another splurge item for a podcaster in your life, or really for an artist or anyone doing creative work. I have been a Mac person for a while, so I am definitely biased, but being able to seamlessly have your photos sync up and just do audio and visual projects on your computer without it crashing is really, really awesome. I linked to the refurbished Mac store, which has refurbished Macs. And with the new Mac that just came out, you might be able to get a really great 2020 MacBook Pro for not as expensive as when those first came out. I use my MacBook Pro every day, and it is super portable, super fast, and it allows me to do all the creative work I do. Number 9, a subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud. So if you want to give someone an ongoing gift who's working on a podcast or any creative project, Adobe Creative Cloud is awesome. It's what I use to do all of my creative work and artwork. I use Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Audition, Adobe Premiere Pro, Lightroom for photo management, Photoshop, and InDesign. I use a lot of Adobe products. Gifting someone Adobe Creative Cloud is an ongoing expense, but it's also a really sweet way to kind of sponsor their creative work and tell them that you want them to keep doing the work they're doing and you don't want them to lack the best software to do their creative projects. And number 10, a gift certificate to B&H. B&H has everything that anyone doing audio or visual projects would need. It's where I got all my microphones, my camera that I'm using right now, which is the Fuji X-T200. A gift card to B&H is awesome. It allows the podcaster in your life to get whatever they need to work on their podcast. And it's a great item that you can give them even digitally, or if you're far away, you can just email them the gift certificate or print it out and write them a really sweet card. I know I would love a B&H gift certificate because there's always some new equipment that I'm looking to purchase, and it's just a nice surprise. I hope you liked my gift guide for artists and podcasters. If you have something else that you would add, or if you want to share something that's on your wish list, please email me, Stephanie@Distill Creative. Let me know what you're gifting the artist or podcaster in your life. I am really curious to know. Maybe I can add it in on my list. Also, I have a whole Pinterest board of all of my picks, so if you want to see it on Pinterest or repin anything for yourself, you can check that out. I'll be back next week with another interview with a mural artist for the next episode of First Coat. Don't forget to subscribe to the First Coat podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and to our YouTube channel here on Distill Creative. Thanks so much for watching this episode of First Coat. If you liked this video, please subscribe and check out the next episode in our playlist. Let me know what else you want to learn about public realm art in the comments below. And follow us on Instagram at First Coat Podcast or at Distill Creative. First Coat is a production of my company, Distill Creative. Check us out at distillcreative.com.